Fish. Good evening. What up, chat? Welcome back to Giddy Fox Gaming. My name is Tails, and it is late. It is late, and by late to me, it's only 7:30 p.m. my time. But I never stream at this late. It's hobby night, y'all. It's hobby night. Let me tell you a quick story. You can see my phone here. My desk is a mess right now, but I will show you in just a moment what that all looks like. I want to paint tyranids. I've wanted to paint tyranids for years. And literally today, I said during first stream today that I might do a hobby night so we can hang out and do some hobbies together. If it motivates people to have like a hobby hosting night where I host a hobby room and you guys can work on your hobbies and I work on my hobbies, that I would love to do that. I've been saying this for months. As I was getting ready to do hobby night tonight, I'm sitting here like, man, maybe I just don't. Maybe I just go to bed and I don't do anything today. And then I was like, no, I want to paint these tyranids. I've got time. I want to do this. And so here I am being a good self-disciplined person, and doing some hobbying. So chat, you are more than invited to grab your hobby stuff or whatever that looks like. If you're playing video games, if you're painting miniatures, if you're crocheting, scrapbooking, whatever it is, whatever you do for hobbies, let me be motivation for you, okay? And if you're not doing any of that, you just want to watch some people hobby or learn about hobbies, you're invited as well. I'm going to have a whole camera set up here in just a second. That's going to have my all set up here. You can ask whatever questions you want. I will inform you of everything I'm doing. But tonight's whole goal is let's all get some motivation and get some of our hobbies done. The things that we've been putting on the backlog that we haven't done in a while. I'm going to be live for like max 2 hours. Max. Probably less than that because it's going to get late here. Max 2 hours. If we crush 2 hours on one evening of hobbies, that's more than we were going to do anyways, right? You were going to do some resin work, but it's late. I understand. Yeah, I understand. It's a little late night. I get it. Dingus Button Productions, it's good to see you. Lance, good to see you. Harper's here too, I see you. Howdy, y'all. Good to see you. Welcome, welcome. I was maybe going to talk to you, Lance, once I get these tyranids painted, about maybe commissioning you for some dice, for some custom tyranid dice, if you're interested. I really like the orange and white ones you guys did for me. I've got one of them right here. I love these guys. And I've got a paint scheme for these tyranids that's kind of like a red, blue, black kind of thing going on. and you know, it's got bugs and stuff. I'm still a long ways out from getting these done, but a fun way to celebrate completing the Tyranids would be get some Tyranid themed dice. So I might send you a message when we get closer there. Yeah, Harper's gonna do some knitting. There you go. Good idea. I like that. So we're looking to maybe doing some of the commission. See, there you go. There you go. Even if you do a little bit of it, right? Just a little bit goes a long ways. Your hobby's eating. I like that. Yeah, I like that. There you go. Got to get your food in for the day. Interview I had a couple hours ago was kind of meh. Had no idea beforehand that the place wouldn't offer any kind of medical insurance. That isn't great. I do have another one next week. One at a time, right? Yeah. You get to compare them now. Options is nice. I'm glad you did the interview, Tigger Spray. That's awesome. Nice work. All right. Custom dice bag. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, exactly. I'm thinking long term here, you know. See what we could do with the Tyranids to show up at the shop with custom made stuff. That'd be fun. That's super good. All right, chat. I'm going to switch screens. We'll keep talking as we go. But let me show you our hobby screen tonight, okay? Ooh, that chat is not correct. Hold up. Did that do it? Nope, that's the wrong one. This one here. There we go. Good. It's a little hard to see back there, unfortunately. We'll see how that works for the day. But here's my hobby setup. Chat, my desk is absolutely destroyed right now because of the hobby setup. Someday I'd like to get like an L-shaped desk so that it like wraps around me this way. It wraps this way and backwards. So I can put all my hobby stuff on one side and my computer stuff on the other side. But right now I've got all my computer stuff scrunched that way. And then I've got the hobby thing here. But here are my Tyranids that I've finished. And by that, I mean, I've just done a few warriors. I've got 6 of these guys. And this is the paint scheme I'm going for. It's a little, I can get it closer. There we go. Good job, phone camera. There's the paint scheme I'm going for, like red, blue, black carapace, big red swords. I want a red Mars landscape. This mic is going to be in the way now. I want like a Mars landscape, you know, red ground, stuff like that. So that's what I'm going for. This one's done. Got this guy done. Here was my very first model I painted to test the paint scheme. This is a Termagant. So it's going to look very similar, right? But it's a different sculpt. So it's a different model. Yeah. Kind of hard to see with how small it is. Here's the problem though, chat. Look over here. That's my box of miniatures. There's like 40 Termagants in that box. 40 Termagants that I got to paint. I'm not looking forward to that at all. Like 0%. Oh, did I ruin this camera now? There we go, just like that. So I went through and said, well, what if I break these up in batches of 8? And so I've got 8 little Termagants here that are primed. It's got a white primer on them, and it's got the bases already on. It's got like, there's a crackle paint on here. It's kind of hard to see. See if I can get it up there. There, you can see some of the crack in the mud there, yeah? I got some crackle paint on the base so I could get some like dry areas of the Mars landscape, you know? We're gonna paint that all red and everything at the end, but that's at the end of the project. We gotta get the Tyranid painted first. I'm gonna batch paint these, and usually I'm like super careful and do a lot of like really like close work, you know? But I've got 40 of these gaunts to paint, and I don't want to spend like 2 hours per model. That's 80 hours of painting gaunts, and the gaunts are gonna die on turn 1 in the game that I play because that's just how it is. And so I think I'm going to use this big fat brush here. Here, I'll give you a comparison point. Here's the brush that I normally paint with. Got me on the background? Yeah, heck yeah. Happy to. Here's the brush I normally paint with, yeah? Look how tiny that point is compared to this guy. I'm going to use this big fat guy, I think, and just slosh paint around. I really don't care where the paint goes for the base coat because I just need to get color on it. And then I can always fix all the details later for the stuff that I painted over on accident. That's what this brush will be for, is to get the detail work. So let's use this guy. I've never done it with this before, but if I can, you know, get 8 of these guys all batch painted, I'm happy, you know? I'm happy. Thanks, Fallen Knight. I appreciate you. Thank you. You guys check this out too. I wanted to show this off. This is a coffee mug. But this is going to be where I get rid of the nasty paint that's on my brushes. This cup. See how many times I drink out of it tonight, okay? It might be more than once. We'll see. This is the drink. This is the water cup. This is the water mug. This is my dragon horn mug, yeah? Handmade by me. Dragonhorn mug. I love this thing. It is full of ice cold water. There's no ice in it, but the water's ice cold. This is what I'm going to drink out of. We're going to see which one I actually drink out of tonight, though, when there's paint in there. Yum, yum. Okay. You do Space Marine 2 on the channel? Heck yeah. That game rocks. I've taken down the campaign of Space Marine 2, but I haven't done much post-campaign stuff. Not for any particular reason, just haven't had time. But Space Marine 2 is super fun. It's super fun. It's got some good throws to Monster Hunter for me because it's an action game that rewards like good timing and taking down big nasty creatures. The little baby gaunts or whatever, the baby tyranids are just level 1. They're your Jagras, right? It's when you get into like the hive tyrants and stuff when things get crazy. I'm grabbing all my tyranids here, chat, while I catch up on you. There we go. There's all of them. Oh man, gosh, this already stresses me out. What's up, Xenon? How we doing? Good to see you. Welcome. Don't have patience to paint small models like that. Still cool though. I don't either. That's the problem. Is I bought an army because I thought the models were really cool, and I realized that you have to make so many of them to make an army, and it's way more than I wanted to do. I maybe should have got into something like Custodes or something that has less pieces. I'm gonna shake this up quick, but chat, I bought this paint back in 2013. It's been 13 years. The paint is still good. I mean, this is the exact same bottle I had in 2013, and I'm still painting with it. This is the best paint I've ever bought. If you're looking to get into hobby painting or model painting, highly, highly recommend Vallejo paints. I got Game Color. I don't even know if they make them anymore. It's that old. But they don't dry out. The bottles stay nice and tight. I've had a couple paints that are getting low, but other than that, it's no big deal. No problem. Got my bone white here. That's gonna be the color of the Tyranid skin. I'll paint the skin first, and then we'll paint the carapace black afterwards, and then I'll cover up the stuff that I missed. So, paint's as old as you. It sure is. And it's older than you because I bought it when it was 2013. I didn't create it then. I got a cough. My bad. Chat, hope you're doing well. Thanks for hanging out with me. It's nice of you to be here. Appreciate it. I've talked about doing a hobby night for multiple months now as a way to motivate me to do some hobbying, because when I'm live with you guys, it'd be pretty silly to sit here and just stare at the screen like I normally do when I'm trying to do hobby night. This brush is already too big. I gotta come down one size. Literally, here's my Tyranid, here's my brush. It's like the same size. Okay, maybe we will use it. I thought it was gonna be big. This is gonna be a mess, but that's okay. We're gonna try it. Thin Cut, how we doing? Good to see you. Welcome, Meekdoid, howdy. Yeah, hobby stream, we're here. We're here. You have so much patience. I do gunpla with the kiddo, but I don't ever paint. It is my dream to have a painted army. I've had this army for over 3 years. And I'll tell you for sure, my favorite part of the army so far, which I know I haven't done much painting, but I've done some. My favorite part was assembly. I've really enjoyed putting all the models together. It's very cool. It's very, very cool. I love it. I have one more model left to paint, or one more model left to assemble. And I'm not going to touch it till I get other stuff painted, because I don't think it's fair. Hey, Zach, how we doing? I got to move chat on screen here. Oh, I can see it up there. That's fine. Okay. I might fumble this a little bit, chat, for what's able to be seen, but I got to rotate this in a way I can see it. I'll try to talk while I'm painting too. It's not easy though. I'll tell you what. I'm one of those weird people that holds their breath when they do some of these activities. I don't know why. I stress myself out. Even though this is hobby painting and we're here to have fun, I stress myself out in that it has to be perfect. And that if I mess it up, then I have to do it twice. And that's a waste of time. I'm not being efficient, blah, blah, blah. I don't know why I do that, but that's how I am. And that's a big reason why I don't get stuff done, is because when things get really finicky and I mess up more than once. Oh, here we go. I just put it down and I don't do it anymore. And I don't like that. I want to change that. I'm just sharing with you how life is sometimes, you know? But on the flip side, it's also to share, like, I know I'm not the only person here who does that. And sometimes you just got to put yourself out there and say, you know what? We're going to mess up. And messing up's okay. Nobody's perfect. We weren't designed to be perfect. We can't do it. It's not possible. We learn by failing. That's how humans were created. We were made to fail and then learn from our failures instead of being perfect. We can't do it. So let's just get out there and fail, yeah? Let's get out there and fail. Easier said than done, for sure. I'm doing a pretty big stroke here on paint and not really caring where it hits on purpose, because I could spend hours trying to hit the right spots and still mess it up anyways. Or I could spend minutes just putting a big slosh of paint all over the place and fixing the mistakes later, because I'm going to do it anyways. May as well do it faster, right? Or try to. The problem with these gaunts is that they're so tiny that getting a brush like underneath the piece and stuff is super difficult, especially one this big. Speak for yourself, I'm perfect. Good, we need tips then. We need tips. How do we do it? I'm not in the 1%, I'll tell you that much. That is really thick right there. Oopsie. That's another thing about painting models like this, Chad. If you haven't done model painting before, the big trick with painting models is to make sure your paint is nice and thin, because otherwise it goops up and you lose all the detail in the model. And you like the model details. That's why you bought them. You liked how they looked. But if you put thick paint everywhere, you get rid of how the model looks. And then it's just a big old glob of paint, you know? So you might have to paint over something twice to get the thin coats on there, but I gooped up that one a little bit earlier. Can you guys hear me okay? The mic is in an awkward spot today because I'm on the other side of my desk. Hopefully you guys can hear me all right. I can't hear myself because that's not how microphones work with my setup. Let me know if it's a problem, okay? And I'll move things around. I'm kind of a big deal, I know, yeah. My mother-in-law got that for me. That little sign in the background. When I was first dating my wife, well, my now wife, at the time she was my girlfriend. When we were first dating, I introduced myself to everybody, not just my family, my new family or my in-laws and stuff, but everybody I met, I introduced myself by saying, "Hi, my name's Tails. I'm kind of a big deal." Just as a joke, you know, I got a good laugh. And then 8 years later, 7 years later, for Christmas, this last Christmas, I opened a gift and my mother-in-law was like in a really good mood. She's like, "You got to open this one." And I opened it up and it was that. And I was like, this is amazing. How in the world did we find that? She just happened to be walking by a shop and it had it in the window and she bought it. There we go. That worked out. Sounds fine. Good. Thank you. Thanks for letting me know. I think we're okay there. Dude, that was actually kind of fast. So we got some bone white on there. Looks like nothing so far, but it'll get better once we put the black on. But we're gonna batch paint these bad boys. So I'm gonna stick this down here and we're gonna grab gaunt number 2 and continue on. Mother-in-law has a great sense of humor. My in-laws in general, they're pretty funny. I like them a lot. They're pretty great. What if, hear me out, we just buy models for their vibes? Yeah. Yeah, but then they chant at you at night when they're sitting in a box unassembled and they're like, "Paint me. Paint me." That mic might have a headphone monitor jack. It might actually. I don't actually know how it works though, but I think it might. I'm cleaning my brush here, chat, because the paint that I originally put on there is already drying out. And I don't want dry paint to goop up my brush. So we just get the paint out and then I'm gonna re-wet my brush just a little bit. There we go. And grab more paint. Got paint on myself. I got too much water in there. Grab more paint so it's nice and thinned out. We're gonna use all this paint up already. I gotta redo. I gotta put some more down. Your models are vehicles. You got bigger problems. Yeah, you're paying insurance on those. You better do something with them. That's pretty funny. Toy Story 8 confirmed. The Warhammer Toy Story story. The Warhammer models versus Woody and the gang. Andy has now gotten into Warhammer. That's pretty funny. What's up, Richard? How we doing? How we doing? Good to see ya. Richard, from what I remember in the last message, but I don't have the details. You guys are preparing for a wedding, but did you recently get engaged or have you been engaged? Out of curiosity. You piqued my interest when you told me. I had to ask. That'd be crazy. I mean, that I could see it happening, or at least a reference to it, you know? When Andy's in his 30s and he has kids of his own, but he wants to play with toys again. So he buys Warhammer models or the likes, you know? And it's all Dark Templars and they don't like other toys. And so they're on a crusade to get rid of all other toys. That'd be a great storyline. Pixar, if you're watching, I only need 2% royalties for that, okay? For the idea. 2% of all income. Just 2% royalties, that's all. Santiago, how we doing? Good to see you. Welcome to stream. I'm doing great, thanks for asking. Pretty tired today, but making do. I got a good nap in earlier. Is helping a lot. Caffeine's wearing off. That's what I want. I'm drinking water tonight, no caffeine. The hope now is that tonight I actually get some sleep. I got nap good. Nap was sleep, but that's the sleep from yesterday that I didn't get. Can I get sleep tonight so I'm ready to go for tomorrow? That's the real question. We shall see. Find out tomorrow at 9 a.m. Central for the next stream. Chat, I'm going to switch music here. I forgot that I was going to do that. Let's do this one. There we go. This is the lo-fi vibes. We'll see if YouTube takes this down. I don't think it will. I kind of wanted to test this on YouTube and see if this is a copyrighted music, because I would add this to my current playlist. A little bit of a Game Chops going on here. Game Chops Pokemon music, y'all. This is nostalgia music for me. I'm a big fan of Pokemon Heart Gold and regular Gold, the originals. And this music is just, I mean, this isn't clearly only from that game, but it is in that game. And I like it a lot. Okay. Let's get some more in here. I think using the big brush was the right call. I was scared of it at first, but I think this was the right call. We're getting a lot of coverage fast, and that's what I want. We just got to get color on here, you know? We just got to lay it down. Kind of hard to see in the camera now because it's so close to the white primer, but it's coming together like butt cheeks, chat. It's coming together like butt cheeks. There we go. Okay, I just missed the front here because it's hard to see them. There we go, like that. There we go. The other thing to consider too is some of these spots that I missed, people aren't going to see it anyways. It don't matter, you know? If I didn't see it on my first pass through, people aren't looking at it across the table. It don't matter. I've got this idea in my head that like every piece needs to be painted to perfection because I'm a perfectionist. I'm not, but I am. It's like I've invested so much time and energy into these models. I want to make them the best. And every model must be the top. And then I'm like, but I don't want to spend that much time doing it. I can always get more, you know? We'll see. We've been engaged for 4 years now, and I propose since we are broke, I suggest that the wedding happens in 2028. That will mark the end of a 20-year dating phase to open a new chapter in life. Nice. There you go. Okay. Cool. I was just curious. Yeah. What's up, Nag? How we doing? You got the Armageddon box. Nice. Those just came out, yeah? That's sweet. Are you going to do both sides of the Armageddon box, or are you just doing one? For those who are wondering, the Armageddon box is the new Warhammer 11th edition came out, and it's half a box of Space Marines and half a box of Orcs. And that's what's been coming down the line for the new D&D, or not D&D, Warhammer edition. Sweet. Age of Guard, good to see you. Good evening to you. Doing some AT Utuna with friends for practice. Cool. Cool. I hope it goes great. Good luck. KD, what's up, dude? Kevin Durant's burner. Good to see you. Welcome. What game your dinosaur is from? Which dinosaur? On the background? On the wall? Up there? That thing right there? That one? That's Nergigante. That's from Monster Hunter World. Yeah, that's what that's from. A great monster. The flagship monster, actually. The most important. Well, at least to some people anyways. He's what the story was really built around when Monster Hunter World came out. He's kind of like the Charizard or the Venusaur or the Blastoise from Pokemon Red and Blue, you know? Like, the story wasn't about them, but it was when you started the game, you know? In the end, it was something altogether different. That's kind of how World and the rest of the games are. Don't eat paint? I'm not. The brush was clean, don't worry. I should get flavored brushes, honestly. I like to dry them off a bit with my mouth. I know that's kind of weird, but I get just the right amount of moisture on and off the brush. It works. Paint is yummy. They should make that, should they? Actually, they should. That'd probably be really dangerous. People would actually eat the paint. Don't eat paint, chat. I would never tell you to do that. Chat might, but chat has a mind of their own. They get to do what they want. Oh, fun stuff. Isn't Nergy the rival of World? Ooh, that's an interesting thought. A rival, like Gary and Ash. I don't know. They're not exactly the same genre of stuff. I picked out the starter Pokemon because they're the box Pokemon, right? They're the box art. They're not against you, they're with you. Whereas in Monster Hunter, the box art monster is against you. But like, when you buy Red and Blue or any of the new Pokemon games with whatever box art Pokemon they have on there, you buy it because you wanna get involved with that Pokemon, probably, right? Like, I bet most people who bought Red version of Pokemon, they wanted the Charizard on the front, right? But like, then you think about Gold and Silver, and they flipped it, right? It's the legendaries that are on the box art now, and those are going to be the Pokemon you're going to get in that game. But the story's kind of built around them, right? So maybe I should have said that instead of Charizard and Blastoise, because the first games were the only ones that did that. The later games, or the games after that, they put the legendaries on there. Varies game to game, though, I suppose, right? I'm thinking of like Scarlet and Violet, was it? They had the Pokemon you can ride around on the box art. And you get him like within 5 minutes of the start of the game or something like that. It's not quite the same. But the story does kind of revolve around that one too, I guess, right? I don't know. It's not one for one applicable. They're two different games, two different genres. Are you painting your monster board game minis? I'm not, Cher. I'm not. I've got too many models to paint. These are Warhammer 40K miniatures. I really want to have an army painted so that I can go play Warhammer with people and have a fully painted army. And so I'm working on them. I do have Monster Hunter World board game models to paint though as well. There's a Anjanath to my right now, sitting at a table. He's staring at the wall because I can't bear to look at him with him not painted. He cries a lot. He cries a lot that I don't paint him, you know. He's a sad boy. Oops, that is way too wet. There we go. Too much plastic, not enough color. Today we will try to conquer some of the color missing. It won't be all of it, but it'll be some. Did I miss this whole part under here on the other models? I'm gonna have to go back and get that. There we go. There we go. That was that's the hardest one I've painted so far, which I know is weird because we're only on model 3, but for whatever reason the paint is not going on very easy on this piece specifically. That or I'm overthinking it, which is probably the actual issue. It probably doesn't matter. I'm probably doing just fine. All right, let's put him down and grab this little underbelly here. Yep, I didn't even touch it. There we go. Or if you could paint the Bricky Warhammer lore videos. I should, yeah, I might have to reach out. Yeah. That'd be fun. I've watched a few of those. I haven't watched them all, but a couple of them. Ricky's a creator on YouTube, y'all, and he does some Warhammer stuff. And by some, I mean a lot. And he's got videos out about going through all the factions and the lore of the game and the universe itself. He's pretty funny too. I watched a bunch of his channel when he and a bunch of people that he knows, and I'm trying to remember their names now. Something Magikarp. What is his name? Something Magikarp. And they all started playing Warhammer together during COVID, and I watched a bunch of their videos. Yeah. Punching Bag Monster in Wilds? I think Arkfeld's actually like not a bad monster to train on. If you're in endgame, Arkfeld's great. He gives you enough of a challenge to be able to learn something with the weapon, but he's not overbearing. Like an 8-star Arkfeld or a 7-star Arkfeld would be pretty good. Need to listen to more lore videos in 40K? Me too. Yeah, me too. It's a sweet universe. Do you also dry paint? I'll bring out extra details. On these ones, I won't do much dry painting. I do a lot of like detail picking, but dry brushing's great. It does a lot, yeah. Dungeon Crawler Carl, nice. I want to read those, like really bad. I want to read it really bad. Get a fleet from Battlefleet Gothic. It's basically this. Oh yeah. I've heard of that. I have not played it or seen anything on it, but I've heard it. Battlefleet Gothic, yeah, nice. Use Mushroom Answer to buff up your art skills. No, I've had no mushrooms in my diet today. Just my Monster Hunter character has, but not me specifically. Yeah. You bought all 8 books last month for Dungeon Crawler Carl. Nice. I've seen so much about it, and it looks really awesome. But I'm not very good at finishing books, and I'm in the middle of the Brandon Sanderson series right now, the Way of Kings. I'm in the middle of book 2. I finished book 1, and I really liked it. But I literally have not read another page of the second Way of Kings book in over a year. I just have a hard time sitting down and doing that. That's something I would love to stream just to get the motivation of it, you know? To have people show up and I commit to it. But I can't put that stuff on stream. That's super copyrighted. I should leave a note to Brandon Sanderson. He'll never read it, and ask if I could do an audiobook on stream and get all you guys to check it out. That's a good book series. My wife is through, I think, almost all of them, and she's on to Mistborn now. And she's really liking them. She keeps telling me to read them so that we can talk about it, which I would love to do. I just never take the time to do it. I got too much other stuff going on. There's too many good things to do in life right now. That's not a bad thing. But sometimes you have to leave things by the wayside to do the other things you're doing, you know? I can't do everything all at once. I don't have enough time. Someday, maybe. Someday when I'm old and gray, I'll finally finish those books up and I'll have no one to talk to about it. Because it'll be way past its prime. Way of Kings? That book was popular 40 years ago, Tails. But yeah, 6-7, blah, blah, blah. I need more paint. Hell's Reach? I've not heard of that. Hell's Reach. Huh. Okay. Need to sleep? Sounds good, Lance. Take it easy. Thanks for swinging by. Good to see you. We'll catch you later, okay? Get some rest. Thanks for hanging out. All right. I'm out of paint. Let's put that in there. Let's set this guy down. I went through that paint so fast. There we go. Drink some water while we're at it. See you, Harper. Sleep well. Thanks for hanging. I realize chat is cut off here. Let's do it like this. Oh, not like that. Go back. Where's chat? There we go. That's what we need to do. Then we can all see it better. Perfect. Blood Ravers are best. Good night, y'all. Dropping a bomb here. No, that's great. That's great. All right. It's late chill time. Yeah. We're just doing some hobbies. I figured it was a good way for me to get some hobbies done, as well as to encourage people who are on the YouTubes hanging out and they're like, dude, I actually would do some hobbies now that it's somebody I know is doing hobbies too. So here we are. If you got hobbies you want to do, great. If you want some background chill music, great. Glad to have you. But I know I want more time for hobbies in my day, and I had time tonight, and I knew that I would actually do them if I hit go live. So that's what I did. Here we are. All right. Discord exclusive audiobooks. Yeah. That'd be cool. I actually would love to do voice acting for an audiobook someday. I'm a pretty good reader. I don't know if I could actually get into it though. I don't have enough experience doing that stuff. But if somebody ever wanted like a guest appearance or, you know, whatever else, I would totally do that. I think I'd really enjoy that a lot. I just don't have the time to devote to like market myself right now, to go all in on it. Maybe someday in the future. This is a little bit goopy. Mix some water in. There we go. Okay. Ooh. Are we all right? We're all right. The paint's being a little bit weird after the new goop entered the wet palette. There we go. Now we're okay. What up, wap, wap, wap. What up, That's a hard piece to get there. There we are. Good. We gotta get those butt cheeks painted. People will be looking at butt cheeks, probably mostly me, because the models will be facing backwards towards me at the table. My opponents will be seeing the gun end of the model while we play. And I've got to look at bug butts. So they better look good. Oh, man. It's an interesting life. There we go. That's probably why the Space Marines are the most popular faction in Warhammer, right? Because dudes just like to look at their butts all the time. That's a joke. That's a joke. It's just a funny joke, all right, chat? It's a funny joke. Oh, it cracks me up, though. All right. 4 bugs with white. Gonna head out. Sounds good. Enjoy Minecraft. Take it easy, okay, Andrew? Stream notifications reminded me that I have a box of unpainted minis I should work on. Here you go, Stand of Fives. I'm gonna be live for max 1 more hour. Max. If you do 1 hour of working on models, you'll at least be 1 hour in, you know? You'll at least be 1 hour in. You'll feel better about it. Doesn't hurt to start. Butt jokes? You'd be surprised. You'd be surprised. I gotta wipe my nose, chat. Give me a second. We leaking. I heard something about looking at dude butt and I was summoned. What's up, Cringe Visor? You got Tyranids too? Or are you commenting on my Tyranids? I didn't tell you guys why a big reason I'm doing this, y'all. Here, I can put this on screen. I have 40 of these little bugs. 40 of them. Too many, honestly. I might be overstating that now too. I'm looking at my box. It might be 24, which if it is, that means I've got 16 done already. Because I don't know, I don't see the other 16 here. So I bet you I only have 24. That's kind of encouraging. I've got 24 of these things to paint. Yeah. I won't allow myself to paint any other models until I paint 8 of these guys. Until at least I get a chunk of them done. So as soon as I get 8 done, we're painting this guy. This is the Swarm Lord, and he is awesome. and I really like them a lot. I've got the base already ready to go. I just need to put primer on them, and then we can start painting them. But I will not allow myself the satisfaction of starting on this model until I get 8 of these guys painted. And so that's what I'm doing. I'm getting these 8 craked out so that I can work on the Swarm Lord because I really want to. Gosh, dude, drink your water, chat. Drink your water. I gotta pour some in here again. It's good to have cold water. You got this? Thank you. We'll get there. One step at a time. One step at a time. It's all about having fun, right? It's not a job. I didn't buy these for a job. I bought these because I wanted to have a set of models to paint. I just get overwhelmed with how much work there is to do to actually finish them, and so I don't work on them. And so I'm taking steps one at a time just to get a little bit done on them. You know? What's up, Torin? How we doing? You can plant your indoor flower garden. Heck yeah. See, I got you set up. I got you set up. I was thinking, I was trying not to put pressure on viewers for this stream, but I was thinking about adding something to the stream where it's like you could redeem or type in a command in chat through a bot, a command that I have set up, and it would be like, I'm checking in for my hobby time, you know? Like, let people know, like, I'm here and I'm hobbying. And then when you leave, you have like a punch out, like, I'm done hobbying for the day, as a way to not monitor. That's not my goal. It's up to you guys what you guys want to do with your time, but as a way to like encourage people to jump in and hobby and actually see, you know, that checkbox hit and people notice that you're working on stuff and whatever. There's something psychological about that, you know? Like, I don't think it's accountability, but it's probably in the same boat as accountability, where, you know, when people see that you're doing stuff, it gives you the motivation to do it, you know? Like, you as an individual, when other people are noticing or seeing or encouraging or whatever else. Like, I guess I have a picture in my head of somebody swings by stream. They know it's a hobby time. They type in like !hobby or something to check themselves in that they're hobbying. And then you get other viewers in chat who are like, heck yeah, Tails, you do that hobby. Great work. Way to commit. Stuff like that. You know, we encourage each other to work on our hobbies when we see those check marks come in. And then it's just encouraging as an individual viewer to be like, oh yeah, I want a hobby now. I got people cheering me on. Because encouragement goes a long ways with that kind of stuff, you know? It would never be a requirement, obviously, just an option. I was thinking about if that would be useful to people or not. It would take me almost no time to set up. It's more about would people use it and make it count or matter, you know? I don't know. We should try it out. Instead of just talking about it, I should just do it. But the first thing I got to do is set up a hobby stream. Here we are. I did it. We've got the hobby stream up. Will we hobby again tomorrow? Maybe. If I don't tomorrow, we probably will on Wednesday. I've got to get editing done. I didn't do any editing of today's stream today because I was so tired. I literally had lunch after stream and then went right to bed and took a nap because I was so tired. So I haven't slept like at all this week. And I kind of feel bad that I haven't gotten my editing done because it's going to be a lot of work tomorrow to get caught up on yesterday's stream plus tomorrow's stream. But that's fine. I've done worse. I've done worse. I could definitely do it. It's just more work is all. So I don't know if I'm going to hobby tomorrow or not, just so that I don't make a promise and then not show up because I got to get the stream edited, you know? Do. Drink the brush paint. It's probably going to happen. It's probably going to happen, Ari. Ricky, how we doing? Welcome to stream. Good to have you here. Thanks for hanging. There's a bubble in this little spot here. I don't like that. We'll have to pop it later. That's fine. Okay, let's try this out quick. Or let this out. I named the jump pack Chaplain Volantis Skullbreaker. Thought Chaplain Skullbreaker had a nice ring to it. That's a great idea. That's awesome. I'm gonna do a thing when I start playing Warhammer like tabletop, you know? where I'm gonna start leaving tally marks on the bottom, like on the bases on the bottom, on the black here, for every model that survives the game, you know? Like we finish a game, whatever models are on the board, I put a tally on their base, and that shows how many times that model survived throughout its lifetime, you know? Throughout the time that I've had the models. I think that'd be so fun. It wouldn't be any information that's like viewable from players unless they knew about it, you know? It's not cluttering out the board or whatever. But can you imagine like one of these little termagants that they're gonna die on turn 1 every game, but if they survive and they get a tally mark, like that's super funny, you know? And then who knows what that leads into. It could be like years down the line, you got one termagant that has now survived 10 has now survived like 10 combats, 10 battles, and he makes it through all of those battles. It's like, okay, we need to promote you. We're gonna make you a captain of the termagants. You know, he doesn't have any extra stats. He's just, we promote him for the sake of promoting him. It's funny. It adds lore, and I think that matters. Maybe we give termagants an official name when they've survived 10 battles. So it's not just termagant 1, 2, 3. Now it's like Termabob or Terma Tim. That could be fun. I think that'd be a good time. Happy to be here. Love your content. Love all the Warhammer stuff. Well, thank you. Thank you. We don't do a whole lot of Warhammer on here, but I love it a lot. I think it's a great, like a fun universe to get in, and I've always wanted to play the game. So, you know, I'm taking steps to do more with that. We do mostly Monster Hunter here, obviously, but I am interested in a lot of things outside of Monster Hunter, and YouTube's not a really great platform for sharing every single thing you're interested in. It puts your stuff out to people who are interested in the things that you've built an audience around. That's kind of how YouTube works, and that's not a bad thing. That's not a bad thing. But every now and then I'm like, man, I'd love to do this with people and not just on my own. So here and there I post a stream or a video about it. For those who were here during my earlier stream, we had people coming in and commenting that there was so many people on stream because we were hitting like 175 viewers, something like that, this morning for Monster Hunter. And I fully expect people to show up for Monster Hunter stuff here on the channel because that's what we do. Tonight's stream, I was like, dude, if anybody shows up, I'm happy. I don't care what the number is. I'm just glad to provide a hobby time. And there's like 40 people here right now, and I'm shocked because I was expecting like 10. So thank you. Thanks everybody for showing up and hanging out. I hope this is a useful time for you, and you're motivating me at the same time by just being here and hanging out, chatting. I think hobbies are something that everyone ought to have, and it can be hard to find the time to do it all. And for me, doing hobbies with other people is super motivating for me. If somebody says they want to do something with me, I will pretty much drop anything to go do it, because I really like doing stuff together. And in my old age, I have found that I get invited to less stuff and I have to set up more stuff. And I don't mind setting up stuff that much. It does get kind of old sometimes to be the one setting everything up. And so I just stopped doing it and do my own things, you know? And this is one of those things where I was like, I want a hobby. I want to paint. I talk about it often, like in my own time too, of how much I want to do this, and then I don't do it. So if I could set something up that motivates me to do it, and it motivates somebody else to do their own thing, like dang gum, that's the dream right there, you know? That's the dream. I think that's cool. Heck, I should make a hobby channel on the Discord for these hobby nights. If we do more hobby nights, then people can post what they're working on. Gosh, that's a great idea, Tails. I need to write that down. Hold on. Once I finish painting this guy, we're writing it down. I think that's a fantastic idea. Hobby night Discord channel. We can all hang there, post our progress on stuff, encourage each other with stuff that we're working on, get to know people who are hobbying in the same areas we're hobbying in. Dang, dude. Dang. That one came together pretty good, actually. I like that one. That was a quick one. Throw that in there. I need to write this down. You have Blood Angels, but you want to do Tyranids too? Wyatt, that's awesome. I want to make Space Marines really bad. Like really, really bad. I will not buy more models till I finish these. I have to discipline myself to make sure that I don't just spend all my money on models that sit in boxes and I never do anything with. So if it's any encouragement to you, I'm with you. I got to finish my army first before I get into another one because I really, really want to. Hobby Night Discord channel. And then I got to star it so I don't miss it. There we go. I'm setting that up probably after stream. We'll see. Look, chat. I got 6 done. And I've got 3 more here, so we're actually going to do 9. We got a bonus Tyranid tonight. I said I wanted to do 8, but we're going to do 9. 3 more just for base paints. We're getting there. Why has this guy got 15 tally marks? Because he was a warrior and we must remember him. That's right. Exactly. He deserves to be remembered. Haven't painted them yet? I understand. Yeah, I understand. Hey, Tails, when will we do a challenge of getting new Udra's weapons and armor parts? I'm actually considering after this 100-hour challenge of doing all the Apex monsters in one video for all the armor and weapons. What do you think about that? You think that's a good idea? That's what I'm thinking about. Sounds fun to me, but buy 8, get 1 free. Value pack. What's up, Moonshine? You're in Florida. Sounds good. Sounds good. Have a great one. Okay, take it easy. Have fun in Florida. Never thought bro is talented. Dude, I do a lot of stuff, actually. It's kind of interesting. Yeah, I do a lot of stuff. I just don't stream all of it. So I think it's shocking to people to hear that I do more than I do. Yeah. Did you buy these, then paint them? I did, yes. They're not 3D prints. The 3D prints I have is just this face right here on the back shop. And a viewer sent that to me. I didn't make it. Viewer sent it. Oh, the link's not working? I got you. I got you. Sometimes the link works, sometimes it doesn't. I'll get you a Discord link here. Let's go like that. Oh, I should type Discord at the beginning. There we are. And then I'll pin it at the top of chat so you guys can grab it, yeah? Pin. There we go. Perfect. Now we're set. And you put this back here. There we go. Awesome. All right. You have color schemes for the nids that you're painting. Kraken, Leviathan, Behemoth are homemade. It's homemade. Yeah. Here's the scheme I'm trying to do. I've already got some done with my warriors. I have 6 warriors painted in this color scheme already. Trying to get to focus some. The part you're not seeing is that blue and red on there, it kind of like gradients to a light blue and a light red. I've got this big light right over there that's making it really hard to see. But yeah, like a bone white, black carapace, and then blue and red. I was trying to go. This is the mashup of Monster Hunter and Warhammer, chat. I really like the tribal, primal themes of Monster Hunter, like Kunafa Village and stuff like that, like the more like primitive looking artwork and stuff. And I saw this paint scheme on Reddit a few years ago that was very like primal looking or ancient looking, and I took that and I was like, I want to do this in red and blue. So I did, and I love it. I love it. And I just haven't taken time to finish painting my models with that scheme. But I've got 1 Gaunt painted. That was my test piece to see if I would like the color scheme, and I love it. And the warriors are my favorite units in Warhammer. That's why I bought Tyranids, is because of the warriors. And so I started painting the 6. I have 9 warriors total, but 6 of them I had assembled at the time. And so I painted those up, and they're all done, and they look so good. The paint scheme looks so good. It's a little bit finicky of a paint scheme because the red and blue like patterns on the carapace it takes a lot of time, but it's so worth it. I love it. I'm very willing to do that. It's all the other little gribbly bits that take a lot of time that I'm not a big fan of with the Tyranids. They've got a lot of like lengthy parts on them. Their arms are nice and skinny and long, and they got these little there's little spots on their arms and legs where it looks like their skin is ripped open some. And I don't care that that's there, but it's a detail, and so I feel like I have to paint it. And it just takes so long to get it all. And they have like 6 arms each, and it's just a lot of work. So this is my chance tonight to try to speed that up with this big globby paintbrush to just throw paint on and not worry about the details so much right now. I'll get into the details later. because the thing that matters most to me is the bone white skin. That's what I'm painting right now, contrasting with the black carapace. And then on the black carapace, we've got the contrast of the red and blue pattern that just pops off that carapace, and it looks so good. That's what I care about. 90% of the model is those three things. Other than that, I'm gonna grab the details, but I'm not gonna care that much about it compared to those, because I just think those are what make the model look so good. Plus, that's what we're gonna see the most of on the table. On the table, we're standing above the models, right? Because we're taller than these things when we stand up and play. What people are gonna see on the table is the carapace with the blue and red on it, and the limbs of the tyranids that are all bone white with their big red weapons, you know? It's gonna pop off the table big time. Actually, I could show you what I was doing before I did this paint scheme, because I've got a whole bunch of other tyranids, a bunch of gene stealers, a trigon, and 3 warriors that I painted up before this paint scheme that I was doing. And I really didn't like it. I finished everything up and I was looking at it and I was like, man, I'm actually not a big fan of this paint scheme. And so I found this paint scheme shortly after, and I'm redoing those ones plus all the rest of my models in the new scheme. I'll show you what they look like though. Just give me a second to finish this guy up. There we go. There's that. And this here. There we go. I think that's all right. That works. Boom, boom. Yes, Cheese, how we doing? Welcome to stream. I do play Warhammer. I mean, actually, by that I mean I paint Warhammer. I really wish I played. I don't have anyone to play with though. I would like to learn. But yeah, I want to learn how to play. Yeah. Warhammer. I am a Warhammer fan for sure. Yeah, the hobby's really cool. I love it. Yeah, what's up, Mop? Grayson, good to see you. You gonna start your High Fleet Tigrex paint. Ooh, High Fleet Tigrex, that's sweet. I gotta see a paint scheme for that. That's awesome. I like that a lot. Chavis, how we doing? Good to see you. You've played Space Marine 2. It's a fun game, but I don't understand the lore. Looks interesting, but a lot. It is quite a lot, yeah. It's a lot. It's pretty thick. It's been Warhammer's been around since the 1980s. So it's got 40 years of lore. Just kind of crazy, but it's also good. What's up, Logan? How we doing? Good to see you. Here's my original Tyranid paint scheme, chat. I did like a purple and blue. You could see a little bit. It's kind of hard to see, but you see on the carapace there, those like neon blue stripes. I started with that, and I always liked the stripes on the carapace, but I finished up these Tyranids, and I was standing like this far away from them, and I realized like I can't even see them. Tails at his old age, like it's just a big blob of blue, and then there's some red and orange on the weapons, and that's it. I just couldn't see all the time I spent detailing this piece. And so I said, you know what? We're starting over, because I had 3 of these warriors and a bunch of gene stealers and a trigon all painted like that. I'll go get my trigon. I think you guys will like that. But when I got done looking at it, I was like, man, it just wasn't quite how I want it. Let me grab my trigon quick. This is the model I really like a lot. Look at that guy. This guy came out so good. I like him a lot. But you understand, like, I hope you can see, like, he's just blue. He's just straight blue. He's so blue. So despite like the orange and red that's on his limbs and stuff, he just doesn't stand out from the board enough. And that's what I didn't like about it. It maybe would have helped if I didn't do a gray base. I wanted like a moon looking base, but it just didn't look good with the blue. It's so much blue. And so I'm going to repaint this guy in the new color scheme, in this color scheme. This one. I think it'll look a lot better with that. Another fun thing too, chat, if you didn't know this, I magnetized all of these. So like his tail comes off on purpose because he's 2 models actually. Whoops, I'm gonna scratch him up. Here we go. That there, and like his arms come off. All this stuff comes off, yeah. Because I magnetized all of it. Because you can make 2 models out of this guy. So that's kind of fun, but he's a sweet model. I need the paint job to look better. It's not quite right. There you go. Fun stuff, huh? As an aspiring Monster Hunter professional like yourself, how do I become lucky enough to recruit a demigod like Punchy? You can't. It's not possible. You can't do it. There's only one Punchy. There's only one. He'll look at the new scheme. I think he will too. Yeah. Yeah, I know for certain that this thing from a distance, because you can see it here, just that distance, you can see that model, right? Where these other ones, like when they're that far away, they just blend in with themselves and you can't see their arms and their details. I think it's going to turn out better. So I'm pumped. Yeah. What's up, Rosa? You're up late. Thanks for hanging out though. If you're going to be up, you may as well do something, right? Sorry you're not sleeping well though. I get that pain. It stinks to not have sleep. Boom, 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 ba-dum, 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 dum. This song takes me back, y'all. Boom, 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 ba-dum, ba-bum, boom, boom, ba-dum, ba-bum, boom. Man, love Pokemon. Pokemon Gold, the soundtrack is one of my favorite soundtracks for video games. I do like Monster Hunter soundtrack a lot. It's very good. It's got a whole different feel to it than Pokemon Gold. Pokemon Gold is it's just vibes, and it's good vibes. Feels so nice. Cozy music. Gotta get to painting my minis for the Monster Hunter tabletop. Yeah. It's just one color of paint at a time. Just gotta take it slow, you know. You'll get them done eventually as long as you work on them. That's the part that I have trouble with, is I feel like I have to finish everything if I start. And it's not true. I just gotta get one thing done at a time. Cross one thing off the list. Break it up into small sections. Right, when I think about painting 24 Termagants, I get overwhelmed because it's a lot of pieces. But for tonight, I was like, okay, here's what I want to do. I want to pick one color. I'm going to paint 8 Termagants, that one color. Just slap it on. It doesn't matter. You're gonna cover it up anyways later when you go over the details. But I can fully think about painting 8 Gaunts one color. That's not that big a deal compared to painting 24 Termagants from start to finish, you know? Just helps a lot to break things into smaller parts. It's the same thing with the Monster Hunter minis. Like, they're big models, but if you think about it as colors instead of full models, like that Barath model that I painted, it's mostly browns. So if I could get in there and be like, okay, I want to just get the base coat brown done on the big model. That's way easier to think about and plan than doing the whole Barath. Let's just get the base coat brown on there. Doesn't matter how good or bad it looks, because I'm going to throw 7 more shades of brown on this thing anyways. Just get some paint on there. It looks better. And then I get the one paint on. And I'm like, oh man, that looks pretty good. I'm going to add another paint now. And I just keep going, you know? We just keep going. One thing at a time. Seeing progress helps out a lot, you know? It's actually a big reason why people stop going to the gym. I'm currently in a phase where I'm trying to go to the gym and work out and stuff. I hate it. I hate going to the gym. My brother goes with me though, and he makes it so worth it to go. Makes it a lot easier to get there. And I know for sure, because he told me this from the start. He's like, dude, you're not going to see any progress on yourself for like at least 6 weeks. Like, okay, now that I know that, that's good, because I want it to be sooner than that. He said, just stick with me. I'll help you through the first 6 weeks, but once you start seeing progress, it's going to get easier. I'm kind of hoping for that, you know? So once you see progress, then you start seeing like, okay, I know this is actually working. Let's keep going. And that's a good thing. But it's getting to the point where you see the progress. That's the hard part. One step at a time is what it takes. Just one step. All right. One more to go. One more to go. My art awakening happened when I finally realized that you can only become good at art after making a bunch of bad art. Pressure disappeared, fun came back. True that. Yeah. For model painting, for me, the thing with models that helped me a lot was when I realized that 80% of the job, it looks bad. It's the last 20% of the paint job when it starts to look good. That helped me a ton. Because now I know I can spend 80% of my time painting and know that it's not supposed to look good. It's okay. It's gonna get bad. It's supposed to. And then once I get through 80% and I get to the 20% left and it starts coming together, it's like, oh yeah, that looks dang good. Yep. And it happens every time. It happens every time. So it's pretty nice. My process is doing it in stints. This way you can come back to refreshed and with a new perspective. That helps too. For sure. Yeah, I watch a lot of like miniature painting YouTube. And as cool as it is to watch those people do all of these big projects, it's also making sure I set realistic goals for myself, because they're finishing all of these giant projects in a 20-minute video. But it took them weeks to do that stuff. And they're also full-time. So they can crank out stuff way faster than I can. I have to remind myself that yes, these guys get to do these really cool big projects and it's fun to watch, but it's just entertainment. It's not realistic for me to have to get to their level on this stuff. Doesn't mean I shouldn't watch them. That's not it at all. I still watch them. But I do keep in mind often when I think about projects of like, okay, what's an actual realistic timeline for me to do this? Because I may have saw it on YouTube, but that doesn't mean I can do it. Especially the same time frame, you know? Maybe over time I can, but not like a YouTube video or a full-time person can, you know? Speed paint's really harmful for drawing improvements. Yeah, yep, exactly. It's just about perspective, you know? I think it's really cool that that stuff exists. It's fun to watch. Good to see what people can do. But when it starts to cloud your judgment of what you're capable of, that's the problem, right? You have to set up the boundary to say, I could do this someday, but at my current skill level, I can't. I need to start here, whatever here is for you, right? And just be kind to yourself about what your skill level's at. The people who are doing it for like YouTube and stuff, that's all they do. That's all they do. Of course they're gonna be good at it. If we all spent as much time as they did on stuff, we'd be just as good or better maybe, you know? The problem is that we don't or don't have the opportunity to. That doesn't mean that you can't go try. You just got to be kind to yourself if it doesn't look the same or come out the same. That's a-okay. This year, when I've tried to get back into miniature painting, I've tried really hard not to go looking through a bunch of like Instagram posts that have Warhammer models on them, because I get really like inspired by what people make. And then I set myself the goal that I want to do that, and I can't do it, you know? And the reason why I can't do it is because I don't paint. I don't paint nearly as much as the stuff I see on Instagram, you know? If I would paint as much as they would, maybe I could do that stuff in the future. But for now, like, I need to just get one army painted. And it's probably not going to look as good as I want it, but it's going to look better than if it wasn't painted. Let's get one out of the way. And then I'll do another army in the future when I decide that it's worth the time to do another army, you know? Because based on how long it's taken me to do this army, my next army is not going to be done by the time I die. You know? I'm really slow at getting this stuff done. I haven't quite developed the muscle of I really want to paint all day, every day, all the time. I'm not that kind of person. Every now and then, just fine with me. Little bits here and there. But not all day, every day. It's not that exciting of a hobby for me. It's fun, but not like that, you know? What are we painting? Hey, Slay the Beast, how we doing? We're painting a bunch of tyranids. I got these little gaunts that I got to paint. I got 24 of them that need paint on them. This has just got one color on it. This is what they're going to look like when they're done. Hopefully. Pretty close to this. A lot of work to do. But we just got all the bone white on there, which is huge. That's 9 gaunts down there that all have bone white on them. So now we're going to put black on the carapace and go from there. Yeah, yeah. You get their tails, your miniatures already looking great. I believe you do. Well, that's nice of you. Thanks. Appreciate it. It's good if you already know how to draw, but if you aren't, it's gonna ruin you. Yeah. It's just, it's a comparison is the thief of joy, and I truly believe that. When you compare yourself to other people, it makes life tougher. You know, you can't compare yourself one-to-one because you're a different person than that person. Yeah. Watch people do kit bashing. Kit bashing's sick, yeah. I'm nowhere near doing kit bashing at all. Not even close. Hey, Autovado, what's up? Biomass, that's right. Get in my belly. That's great. Good to see you. I've been neglecting my models. I have a Baroth, a bunch of Space Dwarves, and a bunch of board game models primed, but the spirit has not moved me. I understand, yeah. I understand. I think one thing that I really want to do that would help me out a lot, I've got a desk that's for work right here. You're looking at it. Currently, half of it's taken over by models because of tonight. Earlier in the day today, none of this was here. The thing that helps me out a lot, what I want to get is an extension of this desk that goes around this way, out to the right, and then loops back this way. So it's like an L desk, you know? And then have my hobby stuff on one side and my computer stuff on this side. So that it's all set up. Because I get stuck when it comes to getting my hobby supplies out. Like when I have to make room and put all the stuff out, it's like, oh, that's too much work. I don't want to do it. I'd rather just watch a video or something like that, you know? And so I think just having a spot where it's your hobby spot makes a big difference. Like have a spot where you're going to go do it. And then when you're ready to go do that, just go over there and do it. Versus having to take it all apart and put it back together. Is this an IKEA desk? It's not. This is a Flex-A-Spot desk. I got this for the very first sponsorship I ever did on the channel. I'm very grateful for it. Yeah. Soprano, how we doing? Good to see you. Very, very new, but I've been loving your Monster Hunter content. It's honestly making me get the game with my next check. Hopefully one day I can see you in there sometime. Also, Chakade Khan is the best. What's Chakade Khan? I don't know what that is. But howdy. Thanks for watching. Glad you're enjoying. Thanks for hanging out. Yeah, you caught me on a non-Monster Hunter day, but that's all right. We're doing some hobbying today. Thanks for watching. Might have to try that right now. Everything having his display case out of the way. Yeah. It's just something to think about. Not necessarily that you have to get every single piece of thing that you own out of the display case, but like pick out 2 models that you've been meaning to work on and just have them sit there and stare at you. And they're already out. They're right in front of you and they're just ready to be put paint on them. You know, the last step to get paint on them is to sit down and do it versus having to get all the stuff out. Is it going to be a mess? Yeah, it's going to be a mess. That's okay. That's what the mess is. That's what that space is for. It's meant to be messy, you know? Instead of all tidied up and put away, and it's like, I don't want to make a mess. Yeah, Fuckspot has an L-shaped desk. Yep. They just sent me an email about doing another video. I got to talk to them to see what would work for them, because if they will, then I'll get an L-shaped desk from them. But I don't have the money to go buy another desk. I'll just stick with this one for now. I am streaming Monster Hunter tomorrow. Yes. Tomorrow, 9 a.m. Central. Excuse me. You think I'd paint a Tigrex or a Bracky? I think I've got one of those 2 monsters coming in one of the board games that I bought. I think so. I don't remember. I kickstarted that thing like 2.5 years ago and it's still not here, which is making me kind of sad, you know? It's like an hour or a year late, not an hour, a year late. The tariffs have really hit that Kickstarter, so they're not sending stuff out because the tariffs are killing their shipping, which is understandable. It probably would. It would kill my shipping. Sell your parts to upgrade. Oh, that's a good thought. I didn't think about that. That's a good idea. Next stream at 3 p.m. for me, if I remember correctly. I will, in fact, be likely waking up for that stream. You do you, yeah. No pressure. The VODs are there in case you miss it. It's no problem. Okay, we're not going to use this big gloppy brush for the next part because the black is going to make a bigger mess than the white will. So we did white first because it's easier to cover up, right? If we get white on the black carapace, the black's going to cover up in one pass versus the other way around. If we started with black and got black all over the place, covering up black with white paint is awful. Takes forever. So I don't want to gloop black paint around too much with the big old brush. So we're going to come down in brush size to make my life a little bit easier and maybe do something like that. It'll take a little longer to put the black on, but it's going to take longer for me to cover up the black later. So yeah, we'll give it a shot there. See how it goes. My favorite YouTuber doing his hobby as my background noise is surprisingly pleasant. Oh, that's nice of you. That's nice of you. I was looking for good vibes, you know. I was looking for good vibes. All right. Here we are. We're looking to do this main part here. There's a little bit on his head, and there's some on the weapon too. And then we've got some on the shins, or I guess the forelegs, I don't know. There's some armor up there too. We'll be really careful here, but I just got to be nice and gentle with this part. Want to see the Volcano Drew? Yeah. Are you in my Discord? I know you're in and out sometimes, Rosa. If you post it in the creativity channel, I'll check it out. YouTube doesn't really like it when people post pictures in the chat. That's why I have that channel set up so people can share stuff there. Okay, here we go. Here we go. Now, does this need to be perfect? No. We can make mistakes here too. It's no problem. Oh, I'm holding my breath already. Can you tell, chat? I've stopped talking. Actually, I could get black up there. That's still carapace. I thought that was neck, but it's not. We can still get goopy here. There we go. Yeah, there we go. Can you guys see? You guys can see. Do. Yeah, that covers so much better. Black over white covers really well. 9:40 for you right now in the morning? Nice. Good day to ya. I hope your Tuesday starts off fantastic. Man, I kind of miss that big brush now, though. I have to dip my paint so often because I keep running out. There we go. Oh, I like this track. Legendary Mo, how we doing? Welcome to stream. Great to have you here. My son and I both watch and love your videos. Oh, heck yeah. My son wanted me to let you know that he also loved Tyranids. Nice! He was excited to see you painting videos of his favorite army. Same here. This is the only army I have, and I love them. I picked them up because I like the models so much. They're way cool. And I've done model painting since I was in high school. I really like painting models. I was painting the Lord of the Rings models back in high school, though, not the Warhammer ones. I picked up Warhammer a couple years ago, and I just haven't gotten around to painting my stuff. I'm a big fan of the Tyranid warriors. They're my favorite pieces. That's why I bought the army in the first place, because I like the warriors so much. Well, thanks for watching. Thanks for the kind words. I'm glad you guys are enjoying. I got so much more video coming out, and I want to do some hobby nights some more in the future and do some more painting and hanging out with everybody. It's been fun to add a little bit more, you know. Great to see y'all. Thanks for hanging. I missed a spot, chat. I put a dot on the bone white that I just painted. Sad panda. It's okay. It's okay. Let me show you this too, chat. You see on here, see this black carapace right here? It rolls over onto the shoulder, and there's white primer under here that I need to paint black, but I'm gonna hit that arm. I gotta be really careful with it, but this is like one of the problems with these Tyranids. There's some interesting, hard to reach places in here that I need to paint black, and it makes me wonder if I should have started with black, but covering black up with white paint is awful, so I started with white, but it might have been the wrong choice. I don't know. It's just these little details that make it challenging. It's not bad, just challenging. The music has turned off. What happened to it? Don't worry, chat. I'll get the music. Give me a second here. Just don't want this paint to dry quite yet. Oh, it's silent. It's real silent. Don't let the thoughts get to you. There we go. Okay. Come back, music. There we go. There we go. What's up, Ocelot? Christ of Purple Master, good to see you both. Welcome. Hope y'all are doing fantastic. Happy Monday night. Happy hobby night, everybody. Giddy Fox hobbying. I don't know if that's supposed to be black, but I painted it black. That's a song, isn't it? Painted Black? AC/DC? Guns N' Roses? Some 80s band? Painted Black? I might be completely wrong too. Oh, I should not have painted that black. Oh, that's okay. We'll come back and get it. It's no big deal. The quiet is so ominous. I'm sorry. Yeah. Sorry to leave you with your thoughts there for a little bit. I hope you had a good conversation with your own thoughts though. Oh, I missed everything there. Oh no. It's Rolling Stones. Oh, my bad. I knew it was an 80s band, but I got the wrong ones. Whoops. Big mistake. I'm sorry, everybody. I wasn't alive in the 80s, though. I only know them by proxy. I don't have them all figured out yet. I just know they're good bands. Oh, that is so hard to get to. That is so hard to get to. Oh, I am regretting painting white right now because of the black. This is difficult. It's okay, Tails. Just take it easy. You see how much longer it's taking me to paint the black, though, compared to the white? We're still on one model. I would have had 2 or 3 models done by now with the other color. And I'm gonna have to go fix all this stuff too. Jeepers. Oh. I can feel myself getting tense, chat. I'm being vulnerable with ya. I really enjoyed the first stage of this painting. I'm not enjoying the black part right now at all. There's so many things that are details that I can't see very well. And it's stressing me out that I paint stuff that I shouldn't. Because I'm going to have to paint it over again and it's going to be hard to cover the black up. And then I think about this with 24 models and not just one. You know? It's stressing me out big time. Yeah. Back in Black? Nope, I'm not remembering that one. Yeah. That's a good song, though. I want to paint it black. Okay. Come on, Tails. Just settle down. It's okay. It's okay. Ugh. So stressful. This is the steps where I know that it's good that I didn't do Warhammer YouTube channel. I likely would be better at this because I do a YouTube with it. But it's when I get to these steps where I'm like, ugh, I'm not built for this. I couldn't do this every day, all day. This step is really, really tough right now. I haven't even finished one model with the black. So sad. So sad. I want to have all these done with black tonight, but I'm not going to have time. That's all right. I got bone white down. That matters. Okay. Nice and gentle. Nice and gentle. I don't know why my nose is dripping tonight, chat. I'm so quiet compared to my regular streams. My nose is like, nah, man. if you're live, we're evacuating all cavities. You will have a runny nose when you stream. I haven't had a runny nose all day today, except on stream. That's it. It's just when I hit go live, my nose is like, oh man, he's live again. Better clean everything out. Goofy. Pollen? No, it's not pollen. I don't have allergies. Oh, I don't know if I'm supposed to paint that part. I am. Okay, good job. I am. Can you guys see? Yeah, you guys can see. Not very well. I've been meaning to buy another camera for streaming, chat. But it's $700, and I don't really want to spend $700 on a camera right now. If I get a higher quality camera that I can take on the go with me and not have to be chained to my computer, I could do more stuff like outside or away from the computer, or different sets, right? Like for the Christmas stuff that I do and all that. But it's a little bit more spending than I want to commit to right now. Maybe next year. I'm a little bit in the hole with money right now because I took a YouTube school this year, back in February. And it's been very useful. It's helped out a lot. But it costs money. It costs more than a camera. And I still need to make that money back, and I don't feel comfortable spending more money until I make it back. Did I get it all? On One Piece? One Piece. The One Piece is real, chat. I'm watching this with exactly zero to say of anything Warhammer, but it's still vibes. I haven't really talked much Warhammer, so I guess there's that, but yeah. Warhammer 40k lore is confusing and interesting, but I'm gonna be honest. The Horus Heresy is more confusing. It's all kind of confusing, yeah. On a 40,000 foot level, which I know is funny because we're talking 40k, but like from a zoomed out view of 40k and what it's about, it's all about the last bastion of humanity and all the problems that bastion has. Like there's factions and all that stuff that you guys know about and lore for how they exist and whatever else. But the overarching like storyline is here's what's left of humans. Oh, I've already chipped paint on the edge of that. That came off because I touched it with my fingers. Gotta be careful. Here's what's left of humanity. We're in constant war all the time. And here's all these factions and what they believe in and don't believe in and why they do what they do. Because humans are messed up. That's what Warhammer essentially is all about. And then there's us people who buy Warhammer models to get into the games and the lore and stuff. And maybe unfortunately get too connected to their faction. You know? Yeah. Holy crap, what happened here? Zach, thank you for the $20 super chat. That's nice of you. That's so kind. Thank you. I appreciate that. That's super nice. W in the chat for Zach, y'all. Thanks for supporting me in the channel. That's super kind. Wow. What a pal. Thank you. Thank you very much. I appreciate that. That's super nice. Happy Monday, friend. Happy hobby night. Thank you very much. I'm so grateful. That's awesome, dude. What's up, Cass? How we doing? Just finished watching a deep dive into the lore and deep space drama. Love and deep space drama. Not doing a crap, but actually doing some work. That's all right. Yeah, that's all right. That's all right. Honestly, I've kind of revived the artwork I thought I ruined. Love Copic monsters or Copic markers. Nice. Glad that worked out. I linked my cell phone camera to OBS. Cameras on phones are insane nowadays. That's what I've got right now. This is my cell phone as a camera. It works. It's okay. But I'd like to get one that I can take more places and set up easier. Yeah. What's up, Remy? How we doing? My first experience with the Warhammer was Space Marine 2. Now my favorite Monster Hunter YouTuber is making some arts and crafts. Yeah, I've been doing this a lot. I just haven't been doing streams of it. Yeah. I really do like Warhammer a lot. I want to do more with it. So setting up streams with it is good motivation for me. Yeah. Chat, have you seen one of these before? I'm not sponsored by any hobby brands, but this has been pretty big for me. This is the Masterson's Stay Wet Handy Palette. If you do any acrylic painting for models, this is a wet sponge down here, right here, and then parchment paper. You put all your paint on there, and it keeps your paint wet. And then when you're done painting, you can cover it up with this lid, and it keeps it mostly airtight. It's not 100%, but it's pretty close. So that tomorrow, when I open that thing up, all that paint will still be there, and it'll still be wet, and we can still work with it, and we don't lose the paint. It doesn't keep it wet forever. It'll eventually dry out, but it keeps it wet for a long time so that you don't lose your paint that you've been using, you know? Yeah, it's a wet palette. Yep. I've got two. Here's the other one I've got. Let me show you. I bought this one originally. This is the Army Painter wet palette because I liked the size of it. And then the more I used it, the realized that it's too small. Like, I think this was like 40 bucks. And literally, I use it to hold my paintbrushes. That's it. It's too small. It's too small. So I've got the stuff that I just don't use it. It doesn't have enough space on there for how much paint I use. This thing it's not twice as big, but it's pretty close. And it's got way more space, and that's been well worth it. That's more than I need. I don't need anything bigger than that for a wet palette. So now I just use this as a brush holder. That's why I opened this up so I can put brushes in here like this. Yeah. So if you're getting into the hobby and you're looking for some supplies, there's some things to look at. I think the Masterson's wet palette is well worth getting. Okay. A past boyfriend did a lot of Warhammer painting. He had one of those. Nice. Yeah, they're pretty common on Warhammer YouTube channels. Like people who do painting on YouTube, they have those Masterson things, and I bought one as well, and they're really good. They're really good. All right, chat. Well, let me just nicely arrange these guys real fast so you can see them. I'm slowly, here we go, making my way. There we go. Look at that. That's kind of fun looking here. I can zoom in for you too. I got a camera. There we go. Is it a lot of work? No, we only put one color on, but it is way more than where we were at. And for an hour and a half of painting, I'm really glad that I spent an hour and a half painting instead of just scrolling on TikTok, you know? It's nice to actually get some progress made. Plus, we even got a little bit further with this guy. Got the black paint on there. It's pretty goopy right now. But remember, the first 80% of the paint job looks awful. It's the last 20% that looks good. So we're just getting the base coats on. We'll fix all the mistakes as we go, but we got that going. Mr. Grove, how we doing? These are tyranids. Yes, these are the termagants. They're like your fodder units. They die first. And I've got like that's 10 of them right there. I've got a box of them over here that I got to paint. I've still got more to do. But I'm doing them in like little bursts instead of doing them all at once, because I just get really I get overwhelmed by how much stuff there is to do. So we're gonna do a set at once, and then I'm gonna paint this big guy. So this is the real reason why we're doing the termagants first, because I want to paint the Swarm Lord, and he's really cool. This is a sick looking model, but I won't let myself put paint on it until I paint some of these little guys. And so we're gonna get those done, and then I'm gonna come back to this guy and we'll paint him. Okay, that'll be fun. That'll be fun. Good progress. And then I'll show this guy off one more time. This is the paint scheme that we're going for those who got in here a little later. We're trying to do something with this. I really like this guy a lot. I've got 6 of these guys done. These are my favorite models in the whole army. So the warriors. And just so you guys can see this too, I magnetize all these guys too, so you can take their arms off and move stuff around. Yeah, I could pose them a little bit, even do whatever I want with them. I wanted to be able to swap off their war gear if I wanted to, you know. At Warhammer, the rules for the game change a lot. Like every couple of years, the rules change. The model parts don't change, but the stats for the parts change. And I just didn't feel like buying more warriors to change out their war gear. So I magnetized everything, and it took ages. It took so long to magnetize them all, but now that they're magnetized, it's awesome. It's so nice because now I can do stuff like this. Let me show you this. Here we go. Is this it? Yeah. Is it? So these are the wrong colors, okay? But here, so you look at this guy. We could take these little daggers off. This is from my other model, okay? So it's got the wrong paint scheme on it, but I've got them all magnetized the exact same polarities. So now if I want, I can give them a gun and swords if I want to. Isn't that cool? It's the wrong paint job. That's what's on the other warriors that I have, but I've got all the polarities set up exactly correctly so I could put whatever arms on whatever units I want. Yeah, that's pretty cool. I'm very much like a set builder. I like making lists that are really goofy and fun and experimenting. And so super gluing the war gear down and being stuck with that war gear is like a big downside for me because I would never buy more warriors just to swap out its war gear. I want to experiment with lists. That's my ultimate goal, is make a cool Tyranid army, paint it all up, and then experiment with lists and see what's fun and what I like. And so magnetizing was the answer for me. And it's a ton of work, but it's so worth it when it's all done because I get to do a lot of experimenting and list building, which is what I want to do. It's pretty great. How long the stream gonna be? I'm just about to end. Yeah, just about to end. Just catching up with everybody. Let's switch screens here, actually. There we go. That's a little easier to see now. That was fun. That was fun, chat. I hope you guys had a good time. I had a great time. That was super great. Thanks for coming and hanging out. What faction you painting? I'm just making my own faction, yeah. I don't have a set one. That's on purpose too, right? I didn't want to make a certain faction and then have it declared by paint job that that's the rules that I'm playing. And so I made my own looking faction so that I can declare what faction I want to play on the list. Yep. I've got some Age of Sigmar models left to put together and paint. Storm Vermin and the Seraphon Spearhead box. Nice. I've got 2 boxes of Seraphon over there, and I assembled just the little basic guys. And then I found out that nobody in my area was playing Age of Sigmar, so I swapped to 40K. And I was going to sell those boxes, and I never got them sold. So they're just sitting on a shelf. But the Seraphon are sick because they're all little dinosaurs. And that was before I started playing Warhammer. Or not Warhammer. That was before I started playing Monster Hunter. Who knew that Tails had a dinosaur, like, loving gene? You know, I'm like, I just think dinosaurs are so sick. I don't know what happened. I never cared for them when I was a kid. But now that I'm in my 30s, I'm like, dude, dinosaurs rock. So now I'm doing all the dinosaur ones. I got the dinosaur pieces from Age of Sigmar, and I got the space bugs, which are kind of dinosaur looking in 40K. Yeah. Didn't drink the brush paint. No, I resisted. It looked good though. I'll tell you what, it looked good. Started making a great sword building Iceborne. Your 100-hour video inspired me. Oh, heck yeah. Enjoy. Heck yeah. That's great. All right, chat. Well, I hope you guys enjoyed this. Is this something you'd like to see done again? Would you like to have another hobby night? I enjoyed myself a lot. I really enjoyed having you guys here, and I liked getting some work done on the models. So if this is something that you'd like to see in the future, I will fire one up. I am going to make the hobby night Discord channel on my Discord server. And so if you guys have hobbies of your own that you want to get into, or you are working on slowly or want to share updates on, I think that'd be a good spot to put hobby updates for people so they could check out what you guys are working on if you want to share. I just think there's something really cool about sharing what you're doing because it's motivating to get encouragement from other people. So I'll make that channel. You guys can post your updates in there. We can all encourage each other with hobby stuff, and we'll do stuff. Yeah. You want to see another one? Okay. Sweet. I don't know if I'll be here tomorrow night for hobby night because I've got to get some work done for the channel. But Wednesday, I'm pretty sure Wednesday I'll do a hobby night. That'd be pretty fun. So you got NDA? That's all good. Yeah, that's all good. You do whatever you want. How cool would it be if we finish some of these Termagants up before the end of the week? For those who are wondering too, why am I painting Tyranids tonight? It is 100 degrees outside Fahrenheit here in Minnesota all week long. and it's supposed to storm on Friday, and I'm going to be gone Friday because I've got staycation with my family. My goal this week is to get as many of those termagants done before it's cool weather again, and I'm going to go fishing. And so I don't want to sit and scroll all night while it's hot outside. So this is a great way for me to get some of my work done. And it's even more fun to hang out with you guys while we do it. So pretty cool. Should do a work night. Yeah. Well, I mean, that could be hobby night too. All right. Well, chat, that was super fun. Thanks, y'all. Thanks for hanging out. I'll catch you guys tomorrow morning, okay? I'll be back here for another stream at 9 a.m. Central, which is 12 hours from now. And we'll be playing Monster Hunter Wilds in day 3 of the 100-hour Switch X challenge, okay? So I'll see you in 12 hours. Enjoy the rest of your day or your evening, wherever you're at. And thank you so much for hanging out with me tonight. That's super, super fun of you guys. Thanks for spending some of your evening with me or your day with me on Hobby Day. I'll catch you later, okay? You're greatly appreciated, dearly loved. Have a fantastic one. I'll see you soon, okay? See ya. Have a good one.